Hi, hello there. This is your truly Clarisse Talaga in a very hot afternoon. It's 4 o'clock p.m. Philippine time. That's my time check. And this is Monday, 16th of August, 2021. So yesterday, how was your weekend, by the way? Ours had been ha- fun. Yeah, we've been happy to have some moments just among families, diba? Among family members. So we had lunch and we th- I had a chance to stretch my legs. We went out. Of course, it's given that we were wearing masks and we had a face shield with us, and it was a full day. Anyway, happy birthday to Bukal Jerry talaga. For today, it's a full pack. It's supposed to be a full pack broadcast, but I want to ease in ever so gently so that I can give ample time. I wouldn't want to have a shock factor to my friends, diba, na I haven't seen them for so long and yet here I am mentioning them. So, first off, I want to ask you guys, I want to ask you about ITIN compared to TIN. Diba? Here in the Philippines, we have TIN, tax accounts identification number, diba? Taxpayers identification number. But in the US, they have ITIN, the individual taxpayer taxpayer numbers. Anyway, something like that. And I want to show you the current status of what I have now because it will be front and center of the concerns, the subject matters that I would be speaking with, of course, first of family members, business associates, if I will be allowed to speak about this, even to my neighbors. So I want to show you a communication that I have received from the U.S. Embassy Manila on account of the letter that I had sent because of problematic identification. So if I can just show it. Ayan siya. So this is a letter from, this is about letter from Miss Clarisse, that's yours truly, from the Manila OCM request, state.gov. It's the State Department, diba? The U.S. Embassy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody's welcome to correct me. But U.S. embassies and usually the consulates are under the U.S. State Department. So I have this written communication. This, dear Miss Talaga, this is in response to your letter addressed to Mr. John Law regarding your application for an IRS individual taxpayer identification number. Please be advised that your request needs to be communicated directly to the Internal Revenue Service or IRS at yon. I was given an address in the US to send my credentials. But why did I first force it through the U.S. Embassy? Because, embassies and the consulates, they have the means, diba, to have first-hand, they have access to local agencies that can verify correct identification. Ever since that I have come into this platform, I have opened the book about the, the struggles and the different proceedings and steps I have undertaken to consolidate my identification. By going through the representative agency of the U.S. State Department here in the Philippines, I have subjected myself to the initial process of, the initial vetting process, so that through our Department of Foreign Affairs, the NBI, I will have, in a manner of saying, I had conformed to the first protocol of identification, diba? So there's nowhere, okay, in the website of the U.S. Embassy here in the Philippines, there is nowhere that it will be clearly the right thing to do. But given the uniqueness of my situation, I have provided the method observed by Talaga Information and Business Consultancy, or TIBC, in supporting this person called Clarisse Talaga, yours truly. So I have devised an internal system, a method that is not unilateral, but in conformity to the system being implemented by the local government of Lucena City, by the national government here in the Philippines. And so to address the most problematic area or aspect of my identification, I have consolidated that kind of method, and I have submitted it to the direct agency that can have access to our local records, diba? And good thing, it was signed, the word in this communication is important. Number one, protocol. Number two, clearance. Number three, endorsement, diba? So my identification had undergone the process of, being subjected to the first protocol of validation and identification. So for that, I'm so thankful. And now for the business at hand, for the current status. So ITIN, what does it mean for a Filipino citizen who has not yet even reached the US soil, even as a tourist? And why have I applied for this ITIN? So in my cover letter to IRS, I will be informing them that that letter, the documentation for applying for ITIN, will be copy furnished to the agencies, to different companies that are stateside, US-based companies in the industry where I have a name, where I have built up some sort of credentials and legitimacy. In music industry, publishing, in the film industries, in the business sector, like in the civic organization, civic foundations, where I have where I have met the CEOs, and where we have a record of an exchange wherein we call each other by our first name on first name basis, diba? So all these things will be forwarded to the companies, organizations that are in the US as my due diligence and as my good faith if I will not be, there are actually two two aftermaths upon how it's 10 minutes now. So there are two outcomes the moment that I send by post my application for ITIN to this IRS address. Number one, if I will not be issued the ITIN by the IRS, then therefore the 30% and other federal and state taxes that can be subject uh, of any income that I will be working on, it will be covered by this due diligence. The taxes imputed by U.S. government, they are major legal hurdles as well as potential financial problems. And by taking this first step, which is the very first step, diba? For any person, even alien, even non-US persons who aspire to earn income through entities, through US persons, diba? It's a term, by the way, US persons. So therefore, um, I have done my part that's required of me. Diba? So the postal amount that I will be spending for this due diligence and to register my good faith, it's a good investment because I will be very upfront in saying in the cover letter to the officer in charge of IRS that I will be copy furnishing US-based companies of this application. So with issuance of ITIN, in the event that I will be issued the actual number for ITIN, what does it mean? So in my introduction letter to ITIN, Department of the IRS, I will be informing them that I will copy furnish other private companies and organizations of the documentation of IRS ordination, like in the publishing companies and film companies, as well as churches and Christian organizations in the US. It is the basis of my statement that I am observing the proper rules of US government, primarily the IRS, by placing myself under their administration, decision, and action. There should not be any other tax representative, tax agent of yours truly, Clarisse, due to the direct coordination that had been initiated with U.S. Embassy Manila, and then the instruction had been to forward it to a U.S. address. It's an IRS office that deals with ITIN assignment. So this clearance gives me the personality to negotiate in behalf of yours truly, in behalf of this Clarisse. So should any income is derived from these industries in the year 2021 and onwards, with regards this Clarisse, yours truly, as a bona fide writer, bona fide writer, music artist, and short film producer, as I deserve the assumptions of the law, the assumptions, the presumption of regularity for the documents enclosed. Actually, they are original documents which DFA had issued me. So I understand from the instruction that I am not to send just duplicates or certified or copies, but I am to submit the certified document, not the certified copy, but certified document from the agencies concerned. So I am prepared for the two eventualities after sending the requirements to apply for ITIN. So I hope that what will be will be. I leave it up to the prerogative of the officer who will validate and examine the attached requirements as yours truly, Clarisse. Of course, I will be providing my history and the basis for applying for ITIN, the music websites where I had were ako, diba? Parang it is my belief that I was this Clarisse who had been the artist, the independent music artist who had recorded and made available those tracks, music, those songs that I did back then. And what? It's 16 minutes and 22 seconds. I want to jump to another topic, which is actually the teaser that I had. When was the last time you you got together with your high school friends, diba? So due to the nature of the concerns and the problems that I had encountered, solved and resolved, I can't help but feel so ancient already, diba? So it feels good then. For me, it's kind of a stress buster to be able to think back and reminisce those moments before the really heavy issues and concerns that greeted me in 2019, in 2020. Oh my gosh. Kumaga, if I will have my way and that I will be able to produce an autobiography, there will be a very, very special section for these years, 2003, 2004, 2007, 2019, 2020, and of course 2021. So it would be a stress buster for me to recall some light moments that if I can go further will remind me of high school life, diba? When we were in high school, we thought that what happens in a day, like your crush didn't pay attention to you, you forgot your homework, and the teacher asked you to stand up during the whole class, diba? So those humiliating moments, you think it's the end of the world. What did we know, diba? So looking back, it feels good then to still have that memory, to check our recollection, whether it will be the same as your former classmates. This is like that, no? I want to test my recollection, my memory with my former classmates, batchmates, friends, whether we share the same recollection, whether the details that I will be sharing are the same. Diba? It's good then to be corrected. Clarissa, that's not how I remember how it happened. Diba? Clarissa, that didn't happen at all. It's just a figment of your overzealous imagination. Clarissa, you got it all wrong. That is not how it happened. Diba? So I am, actually I consider this a light moment. And the question that I want to pose before I let you watch this video, we all know what happened September 11th. What year was that? When the Twin Towers was attacked, when New York had gone through its ground zero. And then we all got to watch how New York got to rebuild from the ashes. And so it's a sort of inspiration for me. I was able to write music, a song actually, because of what had happened, from the film clips, from the videos, from news that we were able to watch, um, courtesy of cable channels, CNN, Fox, we I got to catch the what the picture had meant, but the death toll, the destruction. I was able to write a song about it, and more of that later. But later on, just as New York was able to reveal, this is my own September. This was how I looked back then. This is how I sounded back then. And these were the friends that I had surrounded myself. And to my recollection, which I am opening again, September 2009. So how many years had passed since then? So 2019, it's 10 years. 2020, 2021. 12 years had passed since this video. Watch this.
Hello there. Once again, this is yours truly, Clarisse Talaga for Lifestyle Lucena, and today is the 8th of September 2009. Well, um, I know that this concerns just the people of Lucena City, but still, it wouldn't hurt to say that for 2 months, there would be some adjustments that the City Hall of Lucena, the employees, and of course the community would go through for this period for 2 months, so September, October. So there's kind of fluidity in the situation, but everything is under control. It's a smooth transition. Hopefully, it can be described that way throughout the 2 months. Regarding the details, research nyo na lang kung ano yung bago dito sa Lucena City for 2 months, September and October. And to apologize because in my Facebook, sabi ko darating ako sa Alabang to meet friends there. Panay ang press release ko that I would meet them. But unfortunately, I would rather, because of the economic situation that we have right now, I would rather set the timing of my visit there to old friends dun sa mas marami na a-attend because it's monthly meeting of inner circle. So on the 24th, dun sa Facebook ni Sis Janelle, sabi niya 24th daw ang meeting ng inner circle. So dun na lang siguro ako pupunta so that I could get some errands done. And between now and on the 24th, I hope to prepare a presentation that I can show to you guys. I know that I am bound to take a hit on what I've been doing in my YouTube video accounts, tapos sa Facebook. Actually, pinatikim na ako dati. Si Brad Jeff, sabi niya, ano ang mga ginagawa mo sa mga videos mo? Well, I know na pagdating ko doon, tapos ako pa yung nagsabi na walang pikunan for sure. If they will be there, well, I know that I'd be on the hot seat, but it's okay. Hey, guys, we've been through fire. What is this anyway? Last weekend, it was a long weekend. By the way, yeah, a special condolence to the family of the whole family of Iglesia ni By the way, yeah,
So, and that.
family of the whole family of Iglesia ni
Yan, diba? So, nung it helps me and it sets the tone for me in recollection, diba? if things had not gone the way it was, like a smooth relationship that I have with the different personalities, different friends that I got to mention 12 years ago, it brings me back to that feeling na, ano nga ba yun? I mean, kung nagkaroon ng quarrels, like arguments or misunderstanding, parang where those misunderstanding, where those quarrels, much more much more serious, much can't we just move on from there? Di ba parang di ba mas mahalaga naman, mas importante naman yung the things that we had agreed on, the things that made us laugh, over the things that, over the things that I said or did that would make these friends mad at me or angry. So that's the context actually of the coming, the rest of the week. And I'm almost, my time is almost up. I have set a 30-minute broadcast so that you will tune in again tomorrow for the here and now, for a more update of what I had started, or the premise and the context that I have shared with you. So, this is yours truly, Clarisse Talaga. Anong sinabi ko? What did I say? I did say that not many people will have that strong memory wherein they will be able to remember the exact things that they're doing every day of their life. Diba? We have to, garbage in, garbage out. Some things, we just have to let go and forget, but some things that are important, we need to hang on to them. So we are not expected to recall, to recite everything that we did, every word that we said, for especially if you're reaching that age wherein you are counting years. This pandemic has a way of making us feel old with the seriousness and with the routine that we're doing right now. So, ano lang to, parang, to lighten the moment, para to have something new and something that we can learn for the coming changes, so that we will not be caught off balance. Whatever it is that will happen down the road, or when we turn corner, we don't know what will greet us. Diba sabi nga, ako rin naman I wouldn't want to know exactly what the future holds for me. Nakakaano rin yun, knowledge is so much responsibility. I would rather take each day at a time, and then leave some for my faith to bring me to my goal, because knowledge of what happens or what is in the future is a big responsibility. So let us quit being the general manager of the universe and just take each day at a time. And this is yours truly. I hope that you will be with me tomorrow as I begin this series. Whether you are the first party, second party, you're alone, you're single, you're married, you're available, you're not available. I had my chance of being in one of those status. Di ba sinasabi, anong status mo ngayon? Are you alone? Are you single? Are you double? Are you seeing double? So see you tomorrow. Bye.